Hello, we're going to be playing some Darkness Ablaze Expanded using our Turbo Dark deck, which you'll see gameplay of. We'll head to... We'll play events. We'll hopefully be able to get some Darkness Ablaze packs here against... We'll see what decks. I see lots of alternate Krozma, which, in my opinion, is definitely the best deck in Expanded right now. Being able to use Guzma to search out a tool, a stadium, and a special energy is just very, very good for the deck because it gets the 3 things they need every single turn. So being able to loop that, very, very strong. Hopefully we don't play against that, and hopefully we don't play against any deck that stops the effects of GXs. Because currently, with the way we've built this deck, we don't really have an answer for this. The only... I don't know if there really is anything.
That's dark and does 170 damage.
Oh, well, no, there's other options than that. There's Decidueye, which is very new. And it looks like we're playing some sort of water against some sort of water deck. Hopefully not Keldeo-GX. But we'll see, obviously. It's a fire deck. Interesting. The water box definitely fooled me there. Draw an extra card, always good. Actually, Energy's a very, very good top deck. Okay. So they're playing the Reshiram and Charizard cards. This will be a very interesting match, to say the least. I don't expect them to one-shot me, but they could double Blaze GX for knockout immediately. I'm going to attach to the active, though. Should we actually?
Yeah.
No, I don't think attaching the active really makes sense here.
Yes, it does.
Okay, why? What do you think?
Because you always have to attach if you want to retreat.
Well, we can always attach next turn, and there's no guarantee this is going to live. If they have Welder and Energy, we already lost our active.
Alright.
Losing energy is definitely not preferable when we could just attach there. That was a big misplay. I should have Dark Patched instead. We'll go for a Dedenne-GX, actually.
Okay.
No, I think you're right. We'll Shaymin. Dedenne-GX is good for digging through the deck later games, so up is definitely a better idea, as you were just saying. Good. We'll do this. Battle Compressor, the other Darkrai-GX, and 2 energies for some more patches after. Darkrai-GX having the ability it can restoration. It back to life with a dark energy. It's good for Excel due to the tag team Greninja Zoroark, which does 30 plus 30 for every dark energy in all of my Pokemon. So which works very well. So now it's time to see if they have a welder or not. Because if they do have the welder for 2 plus an attachment, that will be very unfortunate. Alright, though, they are not doing anything. Oh, who's the second viewer? Hello, second viewer, whoever it is. Feel free to message in chat if you have any questions. I will respond back to you through just talking, basically. Me or other. And again, if you have any questions, any insight, if you notice me make any misplays or have a suggestion of what to do next, there is a about 10-second stream delay, so I might not get it in time if you come up with something. But it does. They just did not attack or do anything, actually. I don't know if they or what. So, unfortunately, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to attach. Do we want to Guzma this turn, actually?
Good.
Right, attach here instead?
Yeah.
And then we have... If they're not even playing, that also is obviously beneficial to us.
Did they even do anything?
They actually just passed last turn, which is very good for us.
I think they disconnected.
There's a high chance. This is also not a very good hand. We'll be able to Colress next turn. We wanted a Sky Field there so that we'd be able to get more Pokemon, dig through the deck more. With only 4, this really is unoptimal. We definitely can...
Oh yeah.
Especially with the fact that they did not do anything last turn. That sets them really far back.
That's only 4 energies, so there's really no way.
They would have to switch and attach... Actually, they have no way to one-shot the Cistern. They could... And they could gust one of our benches, one of our Darkrai-GXs, with a Great Catcher. They can Welder for 2 energies and attach one. But if they do not do all of those combined, they do not have a one-shot.
Even then, they do that, we lose 1 energy, and we can still one-shot.
Exactly, yes. Okay. Well, good for us. Unfortunately for them, they're just not... There's no reason not to just capitalize on this and just keep going. It's off. But because of the fact... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are currently doing 210 damage. If we were to get 2 more energies, we could just...
I think we can do it.
I
would Dedenne, honestly.
We can versus Seeker for Guzma and hit this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, never mind, they're back. In this case, I think just attacking their active is definitely better. It's safer. There's no guarantee we get a one-shot on this, and if we don't, that's very, very...
Yeah.
It's not very good for us. I think we're going to go for Colress this turn. We can go for Free Retreat Darkrai-GX. This makes anyone with Dark Energies on it have Free Retreat. Just very good and solid in general. Colress, because we get... Colress will... Basically, we draw cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon total, which is currently 8. So we actually drew more cards from that than we would have Professor Sycamore, which is very interesting because normally Professor Sycamore is widely popular because of the fact that it draws so many cards. Obviously, you have to discard your hand with Sycamore. So this actually, in a way, was better because we drew 8 cards and we didn't have to discard any of our other cards just in case. Okay, so they are back. Really far behind, unfortunately, and had to set a welder. If we attach 1 energy, we can simply knock them out.
Yeah.
So Sky Field allows 8 Pokemon on our bench. We only had 7, but when they got rid of it using Scorched Earth, we had the discard down to 5 cards. We got rid of the X's, which actually works out well because our bench, these are not liable. These are very easily killed. We don't have to worry about them being killed because, well, they're now in the discard. Scorched Earth with being able to discard a fighting or a fire energy to... Wait. We KO, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is 240, 270. Unfortunately, for not being in-game the entire time, they weren't able to play. I actually feel bad because this was a tournament you had to use 8 tickets for. And I do like to play actual games. Free wins aren't as fun because it was not interactive at all. But there's actually a card better than Scorched Earth. It's a Prism Star, Heat Factory. And if you discard a fire energy, you'll draw 3 cards. Scorched Earth does allow for fighting energies as well to be discarded, so it can be in fighting or fire decks. But in fire decks like that one, Heat Factory is better. The thing is because you can only play 1 Heat Factory because it's a Prism Star card, that's probably why they have Scorched Earth as well. They probably want to go for a lot of draw, so having Scorched Earth and Heat Factory in the deck definitely makes sense. Do you have any comments on their deck?
No.
But while we're waiting, I can actually show you the deck list, which I'll also post on the YouTube chat as well. So it's not the right deck manager. We'll go to Expand Decks with Troubadour Dark. Troubadour Dark is very, very streamlined, very simple. It has its issues, but the only issues I find with the deck is that against decks that have the abilities, like, it can't be attacked by EX or GX Pokemon, or just decks that shut off abilities in general. This deck suffers a lot from those. mainly because every single Pokemon except for Greninja and Zoroark has an ability in the deck. I don't know, most of the time we don't face things like that, except for the fact that Ultra Necrozma is very popular with ability lock, basic ability lock, and ability lock in general with Garbodor, which makes this deck not do as well as I would hope. It all depends on how quickly they get their stuffs out and how quickly we get our stuff out. Unfortunately, most of the time those decks are very, very, very fast, because with just a single Guzma and Hala, they can grab everything they need to get an attack if they go second on their first turn. So we start with very simply, we have 2 Shaymin-EX with its ability set up to draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. It's really a staple of Expanded. It is super duper good. You can play as many of them as you want to per turn. Next thing with Darkrai-EX, it gives all of our dark, well, not just dark Pokemon, any Pokemon that have dark energies attached to them with no retreat cost, which is much better because a lot of the cards like this will be a dark Pokemon with dark energies have free retreat, but this one does any Pokemon with dark energies on it. Its attack is not really useful. It does 90 damage and 30 to one other benched. When this was first released, this was very, very good. It's no longer used for its attack most of the time, but it is. We've actually won games with this before. And
This is Pokemon.
hello, Bluest Jelly. This is Pokemon TCG, the most fun card game on the internet. It's actually debatable, but we've been enjoying this a lot. It's very nice to have the online because we don't have to put any money into the game to be able to get our cards. Just by playing the game, we can get things. Obviously, with COVID-19 and everything, we can simply just play this online and even in tournaments and stuff because there's no tournaments in real life. So the next part of the deck was just Restoration. When it's in the discard, it can bring itself back to life on the bench, along with a dark energy on it. It's actually very, very good for the acceleration purposes, which I'll explain later. Its attacks for Dark Cleave, doing 130 damage. It's not affected by resistance. Rarely use that attack too, but it has its place. Sometimes you don't have a Zoroark and Greninja setup, and this is. Dedenne-GX, though, is used very often. By putting the active Pokemon in any special condition, it gets one shot. And the nice thing about the OHKOing things in general right now is VMAXs and tag teams have a lot of health. This KOs no matter how much the health they have. Very, very good. To combo with that Dedenne-GX, we use Hypnotoxic Laser. Their active Pokemon is poisoned and flip a heads. Flip a coin. If heads, it's also asleep. The nice thing about this is that sometimes you can stall because if they go to sleep, they might not wake up next turn and then they can attack without a switch or something. It's also poisoned, so it adds some chip damage, but also works perfectly with the Dedenne-GX. The main part of the deck, Greninja Zoroark-GX with Dark Pulse, 30 plus 30 for every dark energy on it, is very, very good. It hits those high numbers against those tag teams and VMAX Pokemon. It's very easy to set up, and with acceleration like Darkrai-GX and others, it's very solid. To quickly go through the rest of the Pokemon, Tapu Lele serves as a supporter. It's good for consistency. Dedenne is another consistency card. You can discard your entire hand and draw 6. And Mewtwo Mew can copy any EX and GX attack, which combos very nicely with Greninja and Zoroark, because you can use this even after this is died in the discard. The main reason we use this, though, is if we're against a fighting deck, this doesn't have fighting weakness, which gives us an advantage. To go with the next acceleration, just Dark Patch. 4 of these, basic, very simple. Any basic dark energies from your discard, go onto any of your bench dark Pokemon. Max Elixir searches the top 6 card of your deck and attaches a basic energy onto a basic Pokemon on your bench. Some stipulations, but you usually can use this no problem. And sometimes you don't hit it though, but a lot of times, especially early game, you're able to hit it pretty much almost always. The rest of the deck is mainly consistency. We have 14 energies. We have 3 Sycamores, 1 N, 2 Guzma, and 1 Colress. and 4 Versus Seekers. Basically, the Versus Seekers put the supporter from the discard back into your hand. You can basically have any of these supporters in the discard with their various abilities, attacks, and be able to use whichever one you want that turn. You also have Sky Field. This allows you to have 8 Pokemon on your bench, both people. But the benefit of that is that you can have as many of these Pokemon on your bench. We have lots of consistency Pokemon, and to use them we need the bench space for it. The remainder of the deck, we have a Computer Search. Discard 2 cards and search your deck for any card. It is one of the best cards ever printed, item-wise, just because you can search for any card. You can only have one A-Spec in your deck in Expanded at a time, and we do have one of these, so most of our decks uses that. To finish up the deck, 2 Quick Balls, discard a card, search for a basic Pokemon, put it in your hand. Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, search for any Pokemon and put it into your hand. And Field Blower, which basically you can just discard a combination of 2 Pokemon Tool cards and Stadium cards. Very, very good, especially against the Ultra Necrozma deck that is rampant through Expanded right now. Because of the fact that they play Silent Labs to stop basic Pokemon abilities, and Garbodor with stopping all abilities, this is very, very important against that matchup because of all the abilities we play. I guess Battle Compressor I should have explained as well. You can discard 3 cards from your deck, up to. The nice thing about that is you can discard the Darkrai-GXs, which is then can be used for its restoration ability to accelerate dark energies for Greninja and Zoroark. And that is basically the deck. The only thing I didn't go through are the supporters, so very quickly, Professor Sycamore, you can discard your hand and draw 7. N, each player shuffles their hand and draws cards equal to the number of remaining prize cards. This can be a big comeback card late game, because sometimes if they only have 1 prize card left, they only have 1 card that they draw into. Guzma, you can switch your bench, and it's basically a switch and a Lysander combined. Lysander is also the same as Boss's Order Standard. You can switch with your bench, and you can also switch one of your opponent's Pokemon. In Colress, the last card, you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw a number of cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon that you and your opponent has. Very, very good late game, especially with all these Pokemon that we play. And Skyfield, we can often draw, we've had times we've drawn like 14, 15 cards off of Colress. You don't have to discard any cards either. In the meantime, let's check. There's only one more game we're waiting on before we can play the next round of the tournament. If you have any questions, any interesting messages, Bluish Jelly, send it our way.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yes.
In like 5 seconds or something.
We'll start very shortly, for sure.
Yeah. It'll say like 10 seconds. I'll start. Give you a warning.
There we go.
Yep.
We will see this next step. The only decks we don't want to play against is decks that defend against the GX Pokemon or EX Pokemon, because then we have no attackers that work. Again, the biggest downside of the deck is that. And we don't want to play against Ultra Necrozma ADP, or even just an Ultra Necrozma variant. It is very, very difficult to beat those decks, especially with this deck because of all the ability lock. We did with the coin flip, so we can go second. Second is usually better with this deck because you can usually go get a first turn attack. But even if you can't, you can play a supporter for your first turn, adding consistency. The biggest thing is the Ultra Necrozma deck always wants to go second because they almost always are able to attack first. Now this is not the Necrozma deck we were talking about. In fact, we don't know what deck they're playing yet. Oh, they're playing a fighting deck. That is also very bad for us.
They really only play that for...
This is a really interesting deck, I see. Alolan Persian GX prevents attacks from tag teams, Ultra Beasts, and Special Energies. So that would defend against our Greninja and Zoroark. Yes, Zoro Ninjas. This is very scary within itself, the fighting Pokemon. One shot pretty much anything in general. If I have exactly four prize cards remaining, they will be able to one-shot me. So the hope is that that doesn't happen. So I think what we should do is, should we Ultra Ball 2 energies away?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Okay. So the plan is to grab a Zoroark and Greninja. This is Dark Weakness, which is very good for us. Obviously, Buzzwole is going to be the biggest issue here. But we're going to grab this.
You can't one-shot.
And the plan is we want to hope that didn't hit. Very, very bad for us. We're attaching the free retreat here. We're going to use Dark Patch to get an end. And we're going to end. So the hope is we get some form of... Okay, we did get some form of acceleration.
As long as one of them hits. Which...
Good. So I think... Should we hold on to the Max Elixir for now, just in case?
31 shot it.
I think so. Let's see. Let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3...
That's
90, 120. So we do one-shot that right now.
That's 240.
So we're going to go for the first turn knockout. No reason not to. The thing with Buzzwole, they can already one-shot us. They'll be able to get 3 prize cards. Yes. They can do 120 with Sledgehammer.
Oh.
And then Diancie boosts it by 2. 280 damage. What we need to grab next turn is we need to hope that Mew is in the deck, which I actually didn't check. We can definitely one-shot Buzzwole this coming turn. And that's the hope. If we do not get that, we just need to make sure that we kill Buzzwole. Because we also lose if we don't kill this. Because we'll be able to use Sledgehammer for 120 damage again. They're using Field Blower on... And they got rid of their Float Stone, which is interesting.
Just a scoop up net.
Because they can scoop up net Shaymin for an extra card. So now they get the drop 3. I've actually used that in the past with my Rotom deck, which I'll probably feature very soon. And there's the Buzzwole GX.
We can one-shot that with Mewtwo Mew.
Mewtwo Mew, yes. This has fighting weakness. Psychic weakness. That's why we play Mewtwo Mew for against this deck.
Because fighting kills us if we don't.
So, we actually have a great...
Oh, he missed.
Yes, I agree. They definitely should have put the Float Stone on the Remoraid.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because they were going to scoop up net this anyway. On their part, and now they have nothing easy. Now they do have this Mew, which is actually great. Because they could attack with... using Buzzwole GX's attack with a Mew, but this is our hope. As long as we have... I'm gonna try to Sky Field. There's Mewtwo and Mew. That is great that we have. The hope is we hit Max Elixir. We did. So now what we can do here is...
Guzma.
We can Guzma.
We definitely want to kill Mew.
So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna grab Buzzwole GX. The reason being we can one-shot it for 2 prizes. Do you think that benching this is a good idea? I think we save this for now because it can get one-shot potentially.
Yeah. We don't have any more acceleration, so there's no reason.
So we're gonna just go Dark Pulse for now. And this is exactly why we played the Mewtwo and Mew. This was a very good match to see that. Now we need 2 prizes.
A Verse Seeker, we can kill his Shaymin.
If we top deck a Versus Seeker, we win. If we don't lose for sure. But
might be close.
It's gonna be very, very close. Because of this Mew. This Mew, because it's Psychic, it's gonna hit Psychic weakness on Mewtwo and Mew.
He did lose a Float Stone. He has to have bench.
Oh,
he has to Max Elixir onto it.
Yes,
and he should get 3 energies.
Yeah.
He can't jump.
So let's see if he hits this. Then. Oh no! He missed that. Oh. That's very bad for him. He actually even promoted Diancie, which is which is very interesting. That was a huge misplay. This is free retreat, so they could have put this in active. But then they could have retreated in whatever they wanted to sacrifice if they have nothing they can do.
No, but they had to get the
because
they need a Buzzwole and that on it so they can one-shot you.
Yes.
Otherwise.
And that's why if the Max Elixir hit, that's probably why they kept the Mew on the bench for Max Elixir.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Ooh,
that's good. That's
N.
good. Oh wait, that's bad.
It highly depends on what we get. It's not terrible. Yeah. We haven't.
Okay.
Bush Jelly, you are totally correct there.
Oh yeah.
If they had put that floatstone on the Remoraid, they would have been able to have that promoted and retreated into something that would have definitely been able to do more than what happened there. Have to, for next time, fix the text box because it's overlaid over our icon for some reason. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, we actually are.
Is it though?
The chat box is on top of our face cam, so we'll have to fix that for next time or after this game.
Let me just move it up.
2 mulligans. I'm very afraid by their crushing enhanced hammer. They also have Acerola. There's a very high chance they're playing another Buzz variant. But we'll be able to draw 2 cards here, which is very nice. They're playing Rockruffs.
They might be.
They might be playing Buzzwole variant. Either way, again, this is a matchup. This actually doesn't happen, unfortunately. But the goal is if we can get this first turn knockout on this Rockruff, that would be very, very good for us. Let's see what they nest ball.
But we have
another Rockruff.
What?
There's a few different Lycanrocs that could be playing, is the thing.
This is weird. I definitely want to quick ball the Darkrai-GX.
Yes, definitely. So this is the plan, I think. We need to grab a few things. Free retreat. We have Colress. We should definitely go for Shaymin with the Ultra Ball. But we need this first, regardless. So we're going to start with the Sky Field. That makes sense. The one that gusts, most likely. There is one other that could be playing, though. I think its abilities, when it evolves, you can discard an energy off of your opponent's active, which might be kind of scary.
So you definitely want to play that onto the... Yeah.
And away versus Seeker and an energy?
Colress and energy.
Colress and... yes, right. Because we can always versus Seeker it back.
And versus Seeker, you can use multiple things depending on what we discard.
So we're going to go for the Shaymin. And... Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification. The Dusk one is the one that is the energy denial. We were incorrect in that. Thank you very much. Yep, so they are most likely playing the one that's energy denial. They might even have one of the Gust ones, the Midnight form as well. We'll have to see, but I think this is the best bet to discard here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure.
Because we
definitely... Yes, we definitely have to attack with Darkrai-GX this turn.
We can't. Definitely want to Max Elixir first.
Okay, so we're going to Max Elixir. If we don't hit the second one, that's going to be very bad. Okay, that's fine.
I'm a little worried there.
Well, Dark Patch for the third one. And we go for Colress now. In fact, actually, can we restore Darkrai? Yes, we can. We're going to restore that for an extra card draw.
Yep. 6.
And we will get knockout on this turn. There's Mewtwo and Mew. We're gonna need that this game for sure. Do we need a battle from rest now?
I think we can just leave it right now. Just retreat and kill.
Retreat and KO?
Yeah. He loses an energy.
There's very, very little chance they can attack next turn because they have no energies out. Shaymin, that's a very, very good top deck. Currently, the hand that we have is not the best. Oh, this is... We can, as long as they don't disrupt our hand, we can Guzma and knock out the other one most likely next turn.
Double tails?
Oh no!
I
actually feel very bad for them, honestly.
Well, that's what happened. What happens when you rely on coin flips?
So that's another knockout.
And he lost his choice band and energy. I think
They have only one Pokemon.
in 2 cards.
Unless if they top deck a supporter and they're able to evolve. I don't expect them to get a knockout either, but this is not looking too...
Is he gonna tackle? And then concede? Because he only has 2 cards. So, oh, actually,
He top decked the Sycamore. He's not out of the game just yet. In fact, he's only 2 prize cards down. Which means he does have a very good chance of coming back in all honesty. Especially because he hits Fighting Weakness. And there, that's the next Rockruff. Pushing Hammer. Oh, that's a Heads. Let's see what he knocks off. Okay, makes sense. We definitely have an attack no matter what with Darkrai-GX. As long as we get... Almost certainly we
if we
can.
get a Hypnotoxic Laser, we can one-shot.
But he's still going for this. Let's see. Oh no! I actually feel so bad for this guy. We're gonna Battle Compressor just in case. We don't want him to come back. We're going to get rid of some stuff we don't need from the deck. Which I don't think we need the Ultra Balls at this point. I'm going to restore this Darkrai though for...
There's no reason not to, because even if he knocks it off, you just discard it again. Right?
Again, the big thing is you can't get cocky. It does... At the same time, this could be viewed as really annoying, like I'm doing extra stuff even though I most likely win. But you really want to make sure that you can win and that you've done everything possible.
Oh yeah, it's not like you have 1 prize left. Right? You have to take 3 more after this. But he did lose a lot of resources.
He did. Now he still has 4 cards, and he could easily have a rescue stretcher that can bring back all 3 of them. It's gonna be very come back. Whoa, this is neither the Midnight one or the Dusk one that you'd mentioned, Lewis Jelly. This is very interesting. I wasn't expecting this. Unfortunately, they can't... I don't think they can attack at all this turn.
No, because you can't get a Max Elixir down. He lost all 3 of his Rockruffs already.
Yes. So this is the plan this coming turn. We want to one-shot this. And there is a chance we can. We have 2 win conditions. If we get... which we have 2 of in the deck, we one-shot it. The other way is if we can get, like, 1 or 2 more energies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, we just need 1.
7,
That's not...
2, 10... Oh, yeah, we just need an energy, actually. So this is the plan.
Yeah.
We're going to Field Blower away this card chain. The reason is we want to try to get as many draws as we can. Again, I feel bad for this player.
Could you Sycamore?
I could Sycamore, but you really want to make sure that you hit it. There, that's the energy. So we attack, retreat, and knockout. Well played by the opponent. We got very lucky this entire tournament, in all honesty, with everything. But this is our